Today we are talking all about wrapping. So wrapping your presents, I'm sure most of you have really monopolized on all of the Black Friday deals that they had a couple weeks ago. You know, you've got all of the presents downstairs ready to be wrapped, but you're sort of just lacking that motivation to do it. So hopefully this video inspires you, helps you to maybe think of wrapping as a little bit more of an art form where you're actually kind of, you know, it's not just about throwing something underneath the tree, you know, really taking the time, making it look pretty. I feel like that just makes it much more inviting. I love having beautifully wrapped presents under the tree. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy, but I feel like it kind of adds that finishing touch, and you know, presents under a tree just always looks so beautiful. So today I'm going to share with you kind of some different tips and tricks that I do. I'm actually going to go through like a full-length tutorial of just how I would actually, you know, sort of wrap the twine, tie it, do different things like that, kind of finish up the wrapping. I did in high school. I used to wrap for my parents' store around Christmas, so I feel like I'd wrap hundreds of gifts. So I've definitely, you know, sort of come up with a technique over the years. So if you want to keep watching, I'll include a little bit of a tutorial at the end, but I wanted to do a bit of an overview just to show you kind of the inspiration that we're doing this year. So my kind of vibe this year is more of this sort of like natural tone with the craft paper, and then more of this kind of Christmas tree green with the gold Christmas trees on it. I love both. I think that I've used craft paper for quite a while actually for wrapping. I think it looks just really simple, really elegant. I like this as well too because you can actually even, you know, if you wanted to have your kids involved, you could do, you know, this color or white or black and have them draw on it, and that's kind of, you know, sort of a nice memory if you want to keep it simple. Again, I just use like a sort of, you can use any type of twine or rope, even like kitchen twine, whatever you have that's natural, maybe you like the look of. And then I kind of like this two-toned bow this year where you're sort of doing like two different ribbons, and I'll show that within the tutorial. And then this is just a clipping from our Christmas tree. So really simple, but just like a nice way to kind of add a little bit of a different touch. I would obviously add a gift tag to this. You could also just write on the paper if you wanted. It's really kind of whatever you want to do, make it easier for yourself, or you know, if you wanted to add the tag too, I think that that would be beautiful. And then the other thing that I really like doing is, depending on who I'm giving it to, I like adding, this is actually a Christmas tree ornament. This one's actually from Dollar Tree, so it's $1. So you can get something that's a little bit more high-end and really nice for somebody potentially, and add that just as, you know, even like hostess gifts. I know we're not really going anywhere right now, but I feel like whenever I bring a hostess gift, I like kind of giving something that's just like a little extra and just shows that you really kind of put that care and effort into it. So I think that that would just look really nice. So again, I'm loving this vibe. I really like the craft paper. That's always like a really good inexpensive go-to. I know this kind of sounds funny in here. And I think that if you could get like this color, white, black, whatever looks nice, I mean, it just looks so pretty under the tree. So if you want to sort of see more detail and as to how I sort of tie these and go through it, please keep watching. And I think that this will just be like a really nice sort of way to make your tree look a little bit more polished and finished. So yeah, let's get into the video. So basic wrapping 101. I know this is probably a bit overkill, but I just wanted to show you how I wrap. So I just make sure that there's enough, about an inch or two kind of on the edge, depending on how big your present is. Then you just make sure that you fold every side just to make sure it looks nice and neat. That's kind of the look that I like. Then you'll just see that I'm going to be folding it over, taping, and then again just cleaning up any edges. I like to fold underneath here, you can kind of see, just to make it a little bit cleaner. If I've done too much material, I sort of need to fold it under to make it fit. So I'm just showing that there. And then once you tape, then you can do the top section. And again, it just looks really neat and nice. And then I'm just gonna repeat on the other side. Okay, so now it's time for the ribbon. So I'm again just using this really simple gray and white twine. I like the look of actually doing a bunch of different layers, so you can really use whatever you have. You know, you're just gonna rotate it like I did, secure it, and then you can just continue as you're gonna see me do. So again, these are really basic steps, but I just wanted to visually show you guys kind of how I get that sort of layered look. And again, you can use a bunch of different materials. You can do the same thing. I'm liking these more organic type of materials, but really do whatever works for you. So here is where you can really get creative. I'm just gonna show you how I string on a Christmas ornament onto the rope and use that as decor as well. But again, you can put whatever you like. Clippings from your tree, ornaments, you can do nothing. It's really kind of whatever you want it to be, but I just wanted to give you some inspiration of what I think looks pretty and what I'm going to be doing this year. So I hope this video helped inspire you to maybe switch up the way that you typically do your wrapping or things like that. I know it's not something that people always think about, but I really feel like it just makes that extra effort for that person that you love. I feel like we kind of all need that right now, especially with COVID. We really want to show the ones that we love that we care about them and appreciate them. So maybe just putting a little bit of extra care into your wrapping, thinking about, you know, your color choices and things like that. I don't know. To me, that's fun, but I think it's just a nice way to kind of find some inspiration. And again, you could just use materials that you have in your house, and maybe you have the really, you know, the reds and like the really cartoony type of wrapping paper, but you want to just add like an ornament for someone or do something just a little bit different. So hopefully this video helped inspire you, and I'm excited for still more Christmas content to come. We are weeks away from Christmas, obviously, and it's just a really exciting time. So I hope you all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.